evening to the third day of the 12th edition of the RISE Pico World Summit 2025. And I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because at last count, we had more than 9,000 participants registered on the platform from more than 80 countries in the world. Yeah, that's how people have taken to the RISE Summit. And if you've seen the sessions which have gone by, we started with a phenomenal, very exciting opening plenary on Monday, followed by a host of sessions on Tuesday, yesterday. And today we are at the penultimate end of day three, where we are sitting now for our session on the importance of intellectual property rights in business. And it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our resource person for today. But let me tell you something about the RISE World Summit in case you've just joined in for the first time. The RISE Pico World Summit, like I said, is in its 12th year. And the entire summit is predicated on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So through this 1 week, right through Saturday, the 1st of February, we have more than 100 sessions which are being hosted by individuals and organizations from across the world, most of them online, but a few physical sessions as well. And they're all being hosted by people from the government, from academia, from corporates, from NGOs, from civil society, and people like you and I, all of whom have been doing something significant and would like to share something with the global community on how we are doing our bit to save the world and how we are doing our bit to actually work on the Sustainable Development Goals. So continuing in that same form, we are today talking about a very, very important aspect, that of intellectual property rights. Over the last few years, a few decades, I would say, the importance of intellectual property rights has grown phenomenally, and people are now acknowledging the advantages of registering IPR, as we call it, in multiple streams in various sectors. And today, I think our resource person is the ideal person to talk about it, because this gentleman, Sandeep Agarwal, the founder and managing director of A to Z Services Private Limited, has more than 22 years of experience in registering various brands and businesses across the globe, not only in India, but across the globe. They have a head office in Mumbai and 13 branches across India. They also have international offices in UAE, USA, Dubai, and Lithuania. And they're looking to actually put up a full-fledged office in Canada very soon. A to Z Services started the IPR services wing in 2002, and with a team of more than 50 professionals working with them, they actually service a whole host of trademark services and other services, which of course Sandeep will be more than happy to share. I've known Sandeep now for a couple of years, and I know the expertise that he brings to the table. But more importantly, he's also very well known for the kind of training and workshops that he does on IPR. It's almost a passion with him to share the benefits of IPR and help organizations and individuals to protect intellectual property. So without taking too much of your time, I'd like to hand it over to Sandeep Agarwal for his fascinating session today. Sandeep, all yours.
Thank you, Naresh, for such a wonderful introduction. There is no better person than you to introduce me on this special occasion. And thank you. First, I would like to thank you, RISE, for giving me this opportunity, this platform to share my knowledge. And as you already introduced myself, I would like to apologize for not doing the session at the time which was allotted at 3:30 due to some unavoidable circumstances which is not beyond my control. So a lot of people have messaged me they could not continue with this session at 7:30. But thank you everyone for coming later in the evening, as we were originally planned at 3:30. So as Naresh already said, my topic of discussion will be the understanding the importance of IPR registration in business and why it is very important for every business owner to protect them. So I want to highlight under intellectual property, there are various different type of registration. So what does IPR mean? There are two ways of property. One is your real property, whether you called it your home, your factory, your machines, your gold, or equity investment. These are your visible property, which you can just count every day based on the value, and you can say you are so much rich. But there is another aspect which is intellectual property. What does mean intellectual property? You are doing a business, and if I ask you, can you tell me what is your business worth? And most of the business owner, they don't know. They are clueless, and they sometimes feel their business is worth $1 million, but they have never gone into detail. They don't know what is the importance of that and what type of registration is required for different industry. So we specialize in that, and based on your business, what activity you do, what type of manufacturing you do, what is the USP of that product, and based on that, we guide customer individually. So every business require different type of protection, and different type of classes is applicable. So I will throw a little bit light on the intellectual property right. So under intellectual property right, one is trademark registration, the second is copyright registration, third is design registration, and fourth is patent registration. These are the core of every business. Other than that, there is a GI, geographical indication. So when a particular community who are selling similar product, they get a GI like Kolhapuri Chappal, Mumbai Vada Pav. So when you highlight this thing, you will have to become a member of that particular community, and that community file for GI. So that I will put a little bit light. It's a little bit complicated, but I will try to summarize in a short way later on. And the another aspect is well known. So it is one of the trademark uh, way only. But if your brand is well known, I can tell you your brand value is minimum 15 to 20 CR, and sometime it goes like 500 CR. So we will discuss about well known later. So we can start with intellectual property first, trademark, and then other than IP, we have a lot of other business registration, which will also I will cover once my main session is over. So last 10-15 minutes will cover that. So, Rhea, are you able to put my PPT here on the screen? Treya, can you start the PPT if you are ready? Yeah. So, if you see, uh, here I have mentioned understanding the importance of intellectual property right. Can we go to the next page? So, intellectual property registration, safeguarding. Can you go to the back slide? So, I will start with the flow. The second one, yeah. No, you are going forward. Can you go back? Or if you are not able to, yeah, importance of IPR registration. So intellectual property registration is essential to safeguard your innovation, the creation, and then if you register them, it will secure your entire business. You establish legal ownership as per the government protocol, and that prevent unauthorized or infringement on your IP. And maintaining this, you have a competitive edge against your competitor. Can we go to the next slide? Next slide. So safeguarding innovation and brand identity, this is one of the topics. IPR safeguard not only invention, but also your brand identity, like in terms of logo, tagline. You have seen in Nike case, they just put right click. In case of McDonald's, there is only M sign. And how do you recollect that? Same with apple. Just as on the back side, there is a half apple which is cut, and people identify it is a Apple phone. So this kind of registration create not only your identity but safeguard you from all the unauthorized protection. So trademarking your logo, slogan, tagline, or your creative work, then patent I will cover separately. Can we go to the next slide? And there are multiple brand name which I have mentioned on the right side. These are some of the example. So type of IPR I have already briefed when I started this session. So trademark is protect symbol, name, slogan, taglines. Copyright, it safeguard your entire artistic work, color combination. It can be a software program, it can be a music, it can be a painting, it can be a literature, any book or website content. Everything you can do copyright so that nobody copy your contents. Patent, it can be a process patent, it can be a product patent. So if you have developed any new product which is very different from the existing product which is available in the market, so you can go for product patent. If your product have different formula or different process compared to the other existing product, or the combination of process is different or adding some more value, or it is reducing the cost from the existing available product in the market, then it is patentable. To summarize, like there are hundreds of medicine for cancer, but there are few companies who are now very easy for even the middle class family to buy those medicine, because cancer treatment sometimes is very expensive. So in India, if you see, last 10 year the cancer treatment cost has almost gone down 200 to 300% in just last 7 8 years, because lot of company have filed innovative patent and they have given different result to the patient. So this is how we can patent it. Industrial design, of course, any product like mobile shape, any article which you are selling, and if you think that particular design is unique, your R&D team has developed a new design which is very different from your competitor, and you want to encash, so you can file a design patent. And once your design is secured, nobody can copy, and you can protect, and you can have a edge, and you can charge more to the customer because you are giving unique design. So can we go to the next slide? So how it will impact on your business? So I give you a short example. There are multiple businessmen who are in 2 tier, 3 tier city, and sometimes they feel like they are second generation or third generation entrepreneur, and they think my grandfather or my father was working since last 20 year, 30 year. They never faced this problem. Why should I register this all IP registration? First of all, it is costly, and then I have to keep renewing, keep an eye on my competitor, and it will create a lot of legal hassle. So they are little afraid to implement. But as the dynamic is changing, because the everything is digitized online, lot of innovation is happening through AI. Now, if you are running a business which is not protected, your business can be shut in 1 week. Somebody who is already having ownership on similar brand, logo, or patent, they will just go to the court. They will hire a good lawyer. They will explain. They can file an injunction. And once they get injunction from court, your business will be shut. You will not even get 1 day to think about it. Just like how what happened during COVID time. Suddenly lockdown happened and all the people who were so busy in their life with their work, suddenly they all become free. They didn't get any chance to think about it because it happened so suddenly. And that is what I have seen over the years. Lot of my customer who are taking very lightly, they realize later on that they did a big mistake, but by not filing the IPR and taking it lightly, as their business has grown from mid-sized town to the metro, and then they started exporting. So it is very, very important. It's not only a strong IPR give you direct influence on your business growth. It give you a lot of comfort to your customer that they are buying the right brand, which is already registered, very visible in the market, and you are promoting as well, because you know this is your property. You don't advertise for somebody else property which is not protected. So these are general advantage which all the businessmen should know, and it depend on business to business what sort of IPR is required. Only trademark is general. Every business require trademark registration. Every business require copyright registration. But design and patent is required. Any company who is doing innovation, R&D, or who are coming up with different design or different artwork like garment, they come up with different shape or colors or specific design on their t-shirt, so they need a lot of copyright. Likewise, diamond and gold people, they need design registration. All the chemical, pharma, tech company, they require a lot of patent filing. These are some of the general example I can share. So can we go to the next slide? So once you protect your IPR in India, for example, you file. Now business is global because your website is running round the clock. You can advertise on Google. You can go on Amazon. You can partner with other marketing company or companies across the world. So you, by sitting in India, you can do business across the world. You won't believe I am right now working all around the world with different lawyer, different companies. We are filing across the world by using this platform, like through our website, through Amazon, through Google, by having our offices in dedicated countries where maximum business is happening. So once you register in your country, automatically your international market opens. It gives you a lot of opportunity overseas. You understand how the IPR law work across different region. Every country have a little bit different law, and the process remains same. The time, sometime in some country it takes 6 months, in some places it take 1 year, some places it may take 2 to 3 year, because some small country, especially in Africa, they are not online. They are still using old practice. Lot of things are offline, so it takes little bit of time to submit everything, and then doing all this examination and all the various step which is involved in registration takes time. But the standard time frame is basically 8 to 15 months for getting your trademark, copyright, design, and patent. Patent generally take more time because more technical. It requires a lot of time, energy from the technical team as well as from client side. So can we go to the next slide? Next slide. So recent court cases I want to highlight why trademark is important, right? I can own trademark, I can talk for 1 hour, but I want to make it fruitful and I want to make it short so that nobody get bored. So recent example is Abhishek Loda of Loda Group. Their company is listed Macrotech developer. He has filed a suit against his own brother in Bombay High Court, where his company brand Loda itself is valued 5,000 crore. Now imagine the kind of brand valuation he is created, because they are there since last 2 decades. They have delivered some of the amazing township in various part of Mumbai and nearby cities, and this is one of the talk of the town. A lot of people are taking interest because the amount is so huge and it is between the family. After Reliance, this is one of the example when Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani decided to part way. It took lot of time for them to decide the terms of separation, because it's not only involve the monetary, it involve using the word Reliance because it belonged to Dhirubhai Ambani. So this kind of situation sometimes is so tricky कि if you are not well prepared, your business can become zero. So the case highlight risk of unsecured intellectual property. Consequence, if you don't take it seriously, you will lose hold on your business, on your brand. I give an example. If you know Tata is one of the biggest corporate in India, and they have more than 200, 300 group of companies. So if I remove word Tata from their company name, what will be the worth of all the Tata group company if Tata is not there? Maybe 10%. So that is a kind of impact the trademark registration create. And same with all other IP registration. Can we go to the next slide? Next slide. So as I told you why it is important, if you don't protect, then one day you are definitely going to lose your business. Whether it is your brand, your company name, even when you form a new company, the first thing you do, name approval, you put in that there is a column. Is your company name is trademark? Is it registered? If you put it is registered, it is already filed under your individual or other company name. They will give you company name easily. But if it is similar to any other company which is already there, they will not give you. So this is why it is critical to safeguard when you start a business. Don't wait your business grow and then you think of filing it. No, then you cannot fight and then it will be much more costlier. One trademark will cost you only 15,000 rupees. But if you want to protect your brand, you will end up spending lakhs of rupees just filing suit and hiring all the big advocate because it's not so easy. You have to submit all your business detail, your all turnover, invoices, promotional activity, and you have to prove yourself. But just filing one trademark application, it doesn't cost too much, and it's very seamless, easy, and we have a good team who will take care of the entire process. So it is very important to identify when you start your business what type of IP is required, whether you want to only protect trademark, you have some copyrights, some innovative design, or you have some formulation or different type of new product or process which can be game changer for your business. And in case of patent, if you publish your innovation anywhere in public platform or you share with your customer, then you cannot file patent. Anything which is in public domain cannot be patented. So that's why it's very important. The moment you identify, you need to file it. Can we go to the next slide? So implement a comprehensive IPR strategy to safeguard your IP and seek registration for trademark, copyright, patent, and depend on the business. We normally we do a proper meeting with the client, and we have a general practice. Whenever we any new client approach us, we ask two three basic things. Sir, do you have website? We ask them the website. Sir, can you share your company profile or catalog for all your product? And what is your USP? Based on that, our team do the thorough search through their website, their product catalog, and what type of product they are making, whether they have a R&D, and then we give them a comprehensive report, what type of registration they require, why they require, what is the importance of this registration, what if they don't file, what can happen in future, and how it will impact their business, and comparison with their competitor. If they have already filed, what they have filed, why they filed, and when they filed, what was the valuation or the business size, and what is the size right now. So these are the, enough reason to file the IP. Can we go to the next slide? So the immense impact of IPR on your business growth. A well-educated IPR strategy drive your growth by enhancing your brand value, your business value, facilitating you to the international market, opening new horizon, and allowing you to continue do R&D and innovation and creating new product, which will give you a lot of lead, breakthrough, and product success. Can we go to the next slide? So I wanted to make it short because I have done more than 100 such webinar. I have been to many international conferences, and sometimes it becomes so boring because you are keep talking for 1 hour, 2 hour, and then people don't understand why they are talking so much in detail. So we generally give very small introduction so everybody is able to understand what type of registration is there, why it is required, and then what are the advantage, which I have already highlighted in short. I want people to have a one-to-one conversation with your lawyer. Maybe we will definitely will help you, but if you think you want to approach your local city lawyer or local consultant, I would suggest I am not here to promote any company, not only my company, but I want to make you understand that it is very important through this RISE platform to understand first your business, what is required. First, you identify, then approach nearby available resources, which can be any company, any IPR lawyer, and then have a meaningful conversation with them where you are going wrong, how you can register all this, and what impact it will create. And by having a proper session, it will give you very useful information, not only for your business, but your vision will change, your brand valuation will change. I can bet your business will be much more higher in terms of value, and you will get more profit if you correctly file all the IPR. So I would say one thing, without IPR, I would say your business is only 10 or 20%, even if your turnover is 50 crore. The reason is one day somebody will fight with you, he will get an injunction, and then you will be running after the court and lawyers, and it end up all your energy will go in the legal case. You will spend a lot of money, and then automatically your motivation level will be low, and it is very difficult to then that time concentrate on your business, on your R&D, or your core marketing activity. So the better sooner you file and understand this, it is very useful and good for your business. Any other slide which is left? So I can cover many other things like in trademark, there are different taglines. For example, when Big Bazaar came, so there was a tagline, इससे सस्ता और अच्छा कहीं नहीं, and it becomes so famous and people correlate with that tagline कि if I have to buy grocery for entire month, why should I go and buy every week or every alternate day? I go on Saturday, Sunday to Big Bazaar. I'm talking about 10 years back when DMart was not there. All this online platform is not there like Instamart, Swiggy, Zomato. So we go to the Big Bazaar. We see a lot of offer. We get a very good price, very various option for all the different product, and we end up saving a lot of money, and we buy in one go. So that was the way to connect with their business कि इससे सस्ता और अच्छा कहीं नहीं. Then as the time changes, Big Bazaar never did any innovation. They were still doing the same thing. DMart came in a different way. Within a 3 year, they become a 10 times. Their valuation has gone crazy from 1x to 10x. Now Zomato Swiggy came. They started with lot of losses. nobody could understand their business. A lot of investors were complaining, what is this company making 100 crore of losses every month? Why I bought this share? But I was very sure कि they have done the right thing. They are trying to capture the market. They are just adding the customer. And one day when they have crores of customer, they will put some hidden cost. They will add your margin in the menu. Like restaurant have a one particular menu, they increase the price of the food in their website. They charge delivery fees, and if you become a member of Zomato, like gold member, they charge you gold membership fees. And if they have 1 crore customer and they are charging 500 rupees per year, there you are talking about 500 crore. So the greater is your area of coverage, the more business you will get and more profit will come. So the business we never think about on a short term basis. You have to always think on a long term basis. So when you think long term, you do all the IP, you do properly file, you keep a track, and then you focus on marketing, how to grow your business not only within your territory, across India, globally, and we can help you because IPR is one of our main forte. Other than IPR, we have close to 80 other services which is correlated to all your business requirement, be it ISO, company formation, not only in India, across the world, all the IP protection across the world, all the legal challenges, agreements, all the business license, trade license, factory license, trust formation, then all the government mandatory license depend on the type of business you are doing. We do everything. That is why our company name itself is A to Z Services Private Limited. So, I mean, this is short I wanted to do, and I don't want to take 2 hours and keep everyone feel like this session is not going to end, and nobody then recollect or remember what I have spoken. So I have only given useful knowledge, why, what type of IPR, why it is required, when it is required. The if you do at initially level, you will grow much faster. But if you have not done, still it's not too late. You need to start, first consult, understand why it is required, and then if you do it properly, I can bet you ki your business will multiply at least 3 times to 5 times if you do it properly and understand in detail. So just like doing your business marketing, your IPR protection is must. This is how I want to conclude. So if you have any question, I don't know how many people are there in the session. If you have any question, you can ask me. I can throw more light on, other services or any other question or any specific thing. I am open to all the questions. Raisa, is there anyone in the room? Anybody have any question? You can put a question in your question and answer box. You can just write and I will be able to answer. I think not many of my client could join because I have changed the timing. Unfortunately, I missed my first flight. I was traveling and then it took me another 2 hours to take in next flight, and then I was in flight. So I'm extremely sorry. A lot of people could not join because of that, and I know the hardly few people are there. I don't see the number, but hopefully you can see this session on various platforms. I will personally share on LinkedIn through my broadcast list, all the social media platform. And by if you go through this session, you will get a lot of input and knowledge about your business, how you can protect.
Yeah, Sandeep, hi. So let me just ask you one question. Let's use this time since there are people who have come in. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know how many are left in this couple of minutes because there were a few more. So one question I wanted to ask you is generally for all the types of IPRs that you mentioned, the registrations, what is the cost factor involved? And does the cost factor change based on the size of your business?
Yeah. So it depends. Government always promote small business or new entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur. So if a woman entrepreneur is there, they get a lot of subsidy. Their government fees is also 50%. There are various government grants also available. So if you file patent, government give you kickback on your patent file.
Okay.
And if it is company, like listed company, big company, because they can afford, they are making tons of profit. Government doesn't give them any kickback, no grant, but they have so much business, not only in India, across the world, they don't mind spending money. And if you compare the cost with any other country in the world, especially US, UK, Europe, Canada, Singapore, or Australia, I would say you can file 10 trademark in India by filing one trademark in US. So it's so, I mean, affordable in India. For individual, it doesn't cost more than 10 to 12,000. In case of limited company, it doesn't cost more than 18,000, which is affordable even for the company
Okay.
for trademark. And
So that is something. So, does the government, for example, have special incentives for patenting and trademark for Make in India initiatives? Is there a special kind of
yeah,
provision for that?
correct. So, like what government of India has done, for every specific industry, they have a different zone, free zone or special economic zone. So you can form your company there. You can apply to the government. Once you form the company, you are sometime exempted from GST. You are exempted for 5 year, 10-year tax. And any innovation, anything you do internationally, they give you kickback for all your expenses. Even your staff salary, you will be surprised. In some of the cases, you can claim your staff salary 70%, 50%, 100%. Depend on what type of business you are doing, and you are adding value to the customer as well.
Wonderful. And I think I know that you've done a lot of work in the film industry. So there,
Yeah.
for example, this whole question of copywriting and copyright infringement that comes up. You often hear that about scripts and storylines, et cetera, et cetera. How does that work differently from how, say, regular businesses, brick and mortar businesses work? Uh, that kind of intellectual property.
Yeah, so very good question, Anish. Very good question, because I have many clients from Bollywood, and what happened previously, there was not very awareness about copyright registration, especially in film industry. So they have their own association. You must have heard Film India Association. They have already, and lot of my producer or a singer, actor, director, they used to file there, and they think if they have filed there, they are protected. No, this is only Film Industry Association. There is a government of India who's running and controlling all the business in India. So if you are not registered with government of India, you are not protected. So copyright registration comes under government of India. So what I did, I told my client, especially like I give you one or two names like Shreya Ghosal, Kailash Kher. So they do a lot of different type of music, composing music, singing, some special event which they don't do on public platform on a personal note. So they record all this and they do copyright. And if anybody wants to use that anywhere, they have to take their permission. Even their personal photograph, special photograph with any minister or at a special occasion where they are performing, you can't use on public platform without their permission, or even the content or music. So they didn't realize till I told them, "Ki boss, you are secure there, but what if I register with Government of India and I send you notice? Ki you are not protected." So it is must. You should not only be associated with your business association, first you should register with Government of India platform, which will be seen across the world. See, copyright is not only India, it is recognized worldwide. Your film industry doesn't recognize outside India. It is only within India. So this kind of knowledge is known or can be, communicated once we meet the client, we specific talk is happened, we understand their business, and based on their business, we thoroughly guide them what kind of registration they require.
That's great. The other thing which I've seen very often is, and the majority of the fight that goes on often is on names, like brand names, company names, etc. The businesses can be polar opposites. One can be manufacturing, say, sweets, and the other one could be manufacturing tractors. And yet, there is a fight in the court, and this goes on. What is the dividing line? I mean, am I not allowed to take any name that's taken on by anybody in terms of names? I'm only talking about names right now. Doesn't matter what product is it, or just because you have the might, you will want to kind of wipe out everybody who's got the same name selling anything in the world. How does that work? Because sometimes it's very funny when you read all of these things.
I'm very amazed with your knowledge. The kind of question you are asking, sometimes client never understand this. So I have many clients. So there sometimes their brand is resembling with an international brand. So we ask them, okay, you can file, there is no problem. And we create logo, we add some prefix affix, and then we file. So generally what is the trend? All the foreign company, they hire all big lawyers because their pocket size is deep and they are paying in dollars. So in Indian rupees, if a lawyer charge 30,000, 40,000, for them is 300, $400 or $500, doesn't matter to them. So what they do, any brand which is similar, even if it is in different class. So for example, I am selling butter or curd or all food item, and you are selling some other product which is industrial product. Do we have any common business or any connection? No, right? Now what this company do? Once you file trademark, they oppose. They send you legal notice. Now 70 to 80% businessmen, the moment any notice come from big lawyer like Kapil Sibal, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, or Supreme Court lawyer, and the foreign company name is there, the company based in US, giving you opportunity, you withdraw your trademark, otherwise you will file suit against you. The client immediately give up. Without even consulting, they think they did a very big mistake. They can't protect this brand and they want to give undertaking if they are withdrawing and they don't want to continue. You will be surprised, Naresh, in most of the cases, we are the only company who are fighting with all the top lawyer in India, and our success ratio in most of the cases is 80 to 90%. We
Wow.
won against them by proving them wrong. Ki just because you are a big company, you have a deep pocket, and without any business sense, if you are stopping us, we will not only fight against you, we will recover the cost also, and we will continue with our business. So in some cases, the client trusted us. We could guide them perfectly, and we ultimately won the case in our client favor. So it's sometime I would say it is just about lack of knowledge and lot of fear inside. If you have a lack of knowledge, automatically fear will come.
Fascinating, really fascinating. I think it's such a vast topic. I think Dhritiman had a question, but I think he couldn't be heard. Dhritiman, do you have a question? Is Dhritiman out here? Well, Dhritiman, can you hear me?
I think I can't see him.
No, he's there he's there as an attendant. Oh, there he is. Oh, Dhritiman.
Oh yeah, I was trying to speak, but I guess I was in the backstage, so my voice wasn't heard. So I
Yeah.
think it's a very fascinating session. I mean, I was just wondering from the perspective of new ventures, new startups. So balancing this trade-off between IPR compliance and also profit maximization, right? This is very crucial. So how would you actually advise startups to look at it? I mean, especially from developing countries, because the burden of IPO compliance, could that hinder, could that make them fearful? Could that hinder their growth? Could that hinder overall emerging businesses? And additionally, there are so many information asymmetries that are related to IPR. I mean, how could these such information asymmetries be minimized, which unnecessarily creates a lot of fear for younger businesses to grow, right? Younger companies to grow, so that they are not discouraged from innovating and also from scaling.
So, in short, if I summarize, I would say it's all about education. See, why you study. When you grow up, you go to school because your parent cannot teach you everything, right? And it's same case for business. When you are doing a business, you are doing in one particular city or territory. And of course, you want to grow globally. So if you educate yourself with IPR, and nothing better than for a startup, because startup is like they are just starting, and if they don't protect initially, they will lose the entire business. And the biggest fear most of the entrepreneur or startup business people have, कि it is a very costly affair. So I would say it's not a costly affair because you have a lack of knowledge. The government of India is doing a fabulous job. There are hundreds of grants, hundreds of platform available. Through this channel, you can not only protect your company, you can file all the IPR, you can claim your expenses, you can grow your business, you can get income tax rebate, you can channelize lot of new client partners through this platform, and you can file across the world because you think from expensive point of view ki I am a startup, I can't spend 2 lakh on filing IP because patent of course is little expensive. It involves lot of technicality, lot of technical people involved. They are very high salaried people, but having grant and kickback from government, it is not so costly. And if you compare it with international market, if you want to file a trademark in India or with US, as I just told Naresh, it takes only $120 in India to file a trademark. If you go to US, it will cost you minimum $1,500. So you can make the comparison. We are the cheapest in terms of filing the IP. For company, it's very cheap. They spend lakhs of rupees for just traveling from one location to even traveling to Dubai, for example. So I would say it's all about educating yourself, reading about IPR, then have a one-to-one session with the right guy who understand IPR, hire a good consultant or company like us. Our aim is to not only file the IP for our client, but we make sure our client is well versed with the IPR knowledge and he is well educated. So if anybody asks him, why did you file this patent? He should be able to answer. He should not call me, ki, sir, they are asking me this question. Can you explain them? Because I am new, I don't know. So it's all about continuously growing with your business and upgrading yourself. So lot of because of AI and chat GPT and global business online, lot of new innovation is happening and you should be updated with all this. You want to grow fast. Otherwise, business usual way is always happening.
Thank you, Sandeep, for this answer. I just had a follow-up question, just one, nothing more. So I just want to understand if IPR is all about rights, right? It's started the whole fundamentally it's all about rights. But do you also see that with the the compliance is sometimes so heavy, and the information is there's so much of asymmetry in the information available. So does it also
Mm.
not create a power differential? So people who are more aware, people who have more information, they get to climb the ladders faster than the others who don't, you know. So it is also in a way creating sort of like a social intellectual divide, you know. So it's not exactly the most democratic way to do it, right? Because now we have to again hire consultants to help us understand it. When ideally, in a world of democracy, in a world of human rights, we are supposed to have access to free information, uh, which is understood at the level of my understanding.
So, I mean, it's a good question. So, what exactly you want to know? I mean, sorry, because your question was little long,
Yeah. So
so
let
I
me
didn't
try to
understand what was the.
yeah, yeah. I am trying to let me try to cut it short, but I don't know if I'll be able to do justice with what I said. What I meant was basically, I mean, IPR fundamentally it's all about rights. It's all about preserving rights, right? So if you
Hmm.
take that as a
Hmm.
backdrop, but the IPR compliance is so heavy and so fearful and frightening at times, and there is so
No,
much. Okay, I mean, these are just from a perspective of someone who doesn't know it much. So let's take it that way, or the IPR. There is so much of information asymmetry, which means someone will say something, someone else will say something about it. So there is less clarity because the different people are saying different
so
things
I
about
give you.
the same thing. So what I'm trying to
Okay,
say is
so I
because
got
of
your
the
point.
yes existing information asymmetry and your and the fact that the compliance is quite heavy, there's a lot of things that you need to do, so that creates a power differential, it creates us, let's say if you're just talking about young entrepreneurs, there would be one set of entrepreneurs who would pick it up quickly and they will go ahead, but it would leave behind another set of entrepreneurs who are probably more qualified to do what they're doing, but they cannot get ahead because of this
Can I
existing.
can I paraphrase Ridhiman a bit?
Yeah,
Sandeep,
please, Naresh,
what
please go ahead.
Ridhiman is asking is, can IPR
No,
be
I understood.
can it be
No, I
simplified so
understood.
much that everybody can do it on their own?
No, it cannot be done by themselves, first of all, because it's a legal process, legal document, and there are certain formats and lot of information. So, if all everybody can become a lawyer, then you don't need a law firm, right? Why you go to the lawyer? Because lawyer knows all the section, he know the technicality, he know the legal language, and then he submit to the court. That's why the court is running. If lawyer is not there, what the judge will do? So it's like it is not very complicated because it's all about education. A lot of people think it is very complex and they cannot keep a track on this. Everything is online. Once we file the registered, you can check everything online, just like how you check your mail or how you check your website. And you can make payment online. You can hire consultant which are very nominal. Charging $100 for 10-year service is very nominal. You are paying even to the Gmail for extra storage to increase your mailbox size. So for 10-year paying $100, I don't think it's costly, you would say. And it is not complex because in India, since last 10 to 15 year, everything is computerized. Everything you can check round the clock. You can put it in a digital form. They are not giving any hard copy. Everything is digital. The moment your trademark is registered, it is you can see online. You can keep like your PAN card, income tax return and all, and periodically every 3 year, 2 year you can review, or you can meet your lawyer once in a year, which you do with your C also, which you do with other employee also. So it's not very complex, very very easy to keep a track, register, affordable, and even by having one session we can educate you. So you can do everything, but filing yourself, it will be very complex, it will be very tedious job, and if we do in 8 months, you will do in 3 years. So you want to spend more time and filing endless letter to the government office and frustrate yourself by not having the registration. So leave that job to the expert. like what the judges are doing, what the doctor are doing. Sometimes it doctor ne kya kiya? I just went, he removed something and he said, now you are fine, just 2 minutes. And he's charging me 3,000, 2,000 bucks. But he studied for 10 years. He got a degree. He knows what is removing. He knows whether it is infecting us, whether it will heal. So you need to respect that intelligence which he has, whether it is lawyer or doctor. So I mean, it's very easy. I don't think it's a challenge for
No,
anyone.
no, I am not really disrespecting. I don't want to take more of your time. I'm
No,
not
no, I'm
disrespecting
taking it positive way.
that expertise that people working in IPR bring. Definitely not. I mean, it's definitely required. I'm only talking about it in terms of the democratic value. It should also, it should also be. So, for example, give you an example. Let's say a tribal uh, youngster, a teenager in Jharkhand, some tribal village in Jharkhand, okay? Now let's say he has invented something really phenomenal, okay? Now, he has no knowledge of IPR, etc. And just imagine he would be, imagine, how difficult it would be for him to translate his innovation to success compared to someone who's probably born and brought up in Delhi, better education, better year.
No, so
But
this scenario is changed now, Dhritima. This
hmm,
scenario is changed. All these different tribes or those who are not affordable, there are government people, they are going to villages, to sarpanch or to the collector. The message is going, if you are doing something very unique, you are doing manufacturing, you are doing some innovative product, please come to us. We have government grant. They give the consultant from themselves. They bear the cost. They file in their name and they promote and they become a partner of their business. So these all government grants on all these platforms are available even in village. Now you see the Shark Tank, you go to different forum, you see people are coming from small village and making crores of business in no time, like 2 year, 1 year, 3 year. And these people are from different community, even the tribes. So we can guide them. Such people, if they come to us, we guide them. Ki there are government platform and government itself is going to all the rural places now. You get internet, you get electricity, you get highway now in most of the town. So it's not same India. It's a totally change in last 10 years very rapidly.
Thanks,
fine,
Sandeep. I
Sandeep.
think
I'm
that's
good.
very comprehensive. Thanks a lot. I would like to end with one last question. This is something which I think alluded to a little bit. We had these stories, I think, way back in the 90s or I don't remember 80s, 90s or whenever, when you suddenly heard of that someone in the US has gone and patented neem, then they patented turmeric and stuff like that. And it was like a wake up call. And the question was that, hey, we've been using turmeric for centuries. We've been using like neem for centuries. And now every time I use a product made with that, I'm supposed to pay copyright or whatever rights or charges to some company in the US who has been first on the of the post to register it. And after which I
Yeah,
think
Naresh, so your voice is breaking. I
yeah,
understood your question.
yeah, I think we've lost Sandeep. Sandeep, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for I think
Yeah, yeah.
you
Can you
lost
hear
a
me?
bit. Yeah, yeah. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
I don't know, sir. So I understood your question.
Hmm.
So what happened when you talk about 40, 45 years back,
Hmm.
India was not part of various international forums. So like for trademark, there is a forum called Madrid Protocol, which is
Okay.
world governing body. So India is also member, and like that there are 187 member. And same in case of patent, there is a treaty, patent cooperation treaty. So
Okay.
when this patent or trademark was filed in Canada, US, that time there was no treaty, and they could exploit all the advantage in their favor.
Okay.
That is why US market is big because everything is controlled by US. They have filed patent much before any other country.
Yeah.
But that scenario is changing because globalization is happening, and now because of everything is online and all the countries are together on various platforms, they are able to file many patents. I give you one short example. So like we were never ever in top 10 in the world for filing patent. It took India 40 years to come in top 5. And you will be surprised, India is in top 3 in last 3 years in terms of number of patent filed and granted. So this itself shows that the game is changing. People are understanding the importance, and our market size, our export, our economy size is increasing. And because we have protection now, people are not afraid to file or claim interestingly as well, because the forum is same.
Okay. So I just have a small corollary to the same question before we end this, because I think we have been, wow, going on for almost an hour, so which is lovely. So in this case, for example, I spoke about neem, I spoke about turmeric. Say, for example, let's speak to the tribal or the rural area, which Dhritiman alluded to, yeah? Somebody, maybe there's a practice in a particular tribal community. No, let me finish my question, Sandeep. Maybe there's someone in the tribal area, or maybe it's a company, small company out there. There's a practice out there which is using a certain kind of herb, some herb which is being used for some practice, etc. Maybe it's got medicinal qualities. It's been there for centuries. It's been out there. Now that becomes, I don't know, I think I can't remember the term you use, but it becomes a kind of, it's a cultural heritage kind of thing, right? That it is a practice which is followed. Yeah.
Yes. So what happened?
Yeah. Who's responsible?
Yeah.
To protect it, because there's no guarantee that someone elsewhere won't take it and try and patent it, like it happened. Like the neem and turmeric came, like no one expected that to happen. So in this case, whose responsibility is it? Is it like a company which is making use of it to make products, or is it the government which has to go ahead and do this patenting or trademarking?
Yeah. So what happened? Once all this forum is created and all the countries came together on one platform, it was decided anything which exists in before 20 years. For example, something was there in 80s, 90 till 2005. Now we are to 2025. Everything become a public. It has no control by one company or one country. It will become a public property.
Okay.
Anything you have innovated first time, you file immediately and you register. That will remain your property. Then you can charge royalty, you can assign manufacturing rights or using that particular technology or platform to other company by charging nominal amount. Because take example of COVID vaccine. COVID vaccine is filed by Poonawalla. He got the patent. You know how much money he made and how much vaccine he sold? He sold 365 crores vaccine across the world. Even if he is making 5 rupees, you are talking about 2000 crore rupees in one day. That is, so what Government of India did, they told the forum, we don't want to claim exclusive right, but he got patent. They are ready anywhere in the world they manufacture. They should use their formula. COVID shield they should use, and they will charge nominal royalty, which is like 5 rupees, 10 rupees per vaccine, which any country can afford. So these are some of the examples which is created through this forum, and anything beyond 20 years back, it is a public property. Nobody have an exclusive right.
So natural resources. Okay.
Yeah.
So natural resources.
Nobody can claim. Yeah, nobody can claim, like Ayurvedic, homeopathy, tribes, they are giving different solution for different problems.
Yeah.
But they have not filed patent previously. So any tribe can use that. Anybody can use, but they will not have an exclusive right.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sandeep. I think, the level of knowledge and expertise that you have in this is unquestionable. You've touched upon so many aspects of IPR in this 1 hour. And I think, we can engage with you for another hour, and there'll be so many fascinating facets that you'll bring out.
Yeah, I
But
would love to
time
do
is,
that.
yeah, maybe some other time we would want to come for a longer period, and maybe because one thing about Rise is Rise doesn't end with that week of sessions. Rise continues all through the year till the next Rise Summit. So maybe there's something we can do. There are a lot of organizations and individuals who have joined in on the platform. Maybe not for this session, but they have registered. They will be actually looking forward to this kind of advice. And yeah, and this is a note to all the viewers of this session. Every session in the Rise Summit this year is recorded, and within a couple of hours, you'll be actually able to watch it on the same platform, the Rise Pico World platform. You just need to go to the agenda. You again find this session, and next to it, you'll have an icon which says Watch Session or Watch. You click on it, you'll be seeing a recording of this session. So it's not lost to that you can watch it through the duration of the summit, and maybe we'll probably keep it for maybe a couple of weeks after that. So this will be available to anybody who would be interested. Thank you once again, Sandeep. That was fascinating. Thank you for sharing of your expertise. And I know you had a very, very adventurous day. But despite that, you agreed to come in late in the evening and be with us and share your knowledge. Really appreciate you for that. And thank you once again. Yeah. See you.
No, thank you, Naresh, to you and entire team of Rise for giving this opportunity. And sorry for disappointing you in the afternoon, but it was beyond my control. And a lot of my client messaged me that they could not join at 7:30. Almost 100 people were wanted to join. So maybe next time we will have a more such session very soon, and we'll keep knowledge, sharing my knowledge with all the business owner and adding a lot of value to their business.
We look forward to that. Do also direct them to the site so that they can view a recording of this, so they won't have missed out, so they can watch that as well. Yeah. So thank you, Sandeep, and thank you, everybody.
Sure.
Good night. We got 4 more days,
Thank
I think,
you.
3 more days of amazing sessions in store at Rise. Please go ahead, stay on the platform, explore, and do join in for all the sessions that are in store for you in the next 3 days, right up to the closing plenary on Saturday. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Namaste.